Did you ever had like an interview that didn't go well at all? Like you were like, oh, this is bad.
Yes, but it didn't make it on air.
It didn't make it on air. What is it?
I'm gonna tell you what.
That's what I want to hear.
I'm gonna tell you. So Thanasis is like I'm a sideline reporter, but I'm a real like journalist. I'm a real reporter. I break news. That's what I do.
From time to time, you tend to.
So I'm trying to see if I could. I'm gonna say it now. It's time. Time went past. So I'm covering. I believe it's a Western Conference Finals game. I believe so. Denver Nuggets versus, want to say the Phoenix Suns, maybe. Not sure, but it's Denver Nuggets game.
This is years ago.
This is probably about 3 years ago, maybe 2 years ago.
Okay.
So before the game, the night before the game, this is when Will Barton is on the team.
Okay.
Will Barton was their starting shooting guard, but he was coming off the bench a little bit in that stretch.
Shout out to Will.
Shout out to Will Barton. Will Barton, he's trying to get his way back in the league. But so some of Will Barton's people told me, because he was coming off the bench during the playoffs, some of Will Barton's people told me, hey, Will's going to be starting in tomorrow's game. And the Nuggets, they were facing elimination. I can't remember the circumstances, but they were down. If they lose, the season is over.
No.
So I had that in my pocket the night before. All right, I know Will's about to start. So that's significant news, for that time, for that playoff. So when you're a TNT sideline reporter, we have what is called coaches meetings in the morning, where you're meeting with the coach, and the coach, they will a lot of times they'll tell us things that they don't necessarily want us to say on air, but they tell us so the broadcast crew can have some information, so we can be a little bit informed during the game. And so I told my whole crew, I said, hey, Will Barton, I told the TNT crew, Will Barton is starting tomorrow. That's going to be a start. So the TNT crew knew before we had the meeting with Coach Malone. And so in this meeting with Malone, I'm hoping Malone doesn't say anything about his lineup change. So what happens in the meeting? Malone does tell us, hey, Will Barton will get the start. He didn't want anybody saying anything, though. Will Barton will get the start. So I'm like, fuck. Now I'm in a tough spot because he told us in this meeting that Will Barton is going to start, and he doesn't want us to break that. He's just letting us know so the broadcast crew during the game could have, be informed. But I already had it, and I was going to break it like 2 hours or 3 hours before. Because I'm trying to respect the playoff situation too. You know what I mean? Yes. I'm trying to be respectful of these are two teams competing. You don't want to give up strategies and, I don't want to affect. So I'm in that hard place, right? But I was going to break it like 3 hours, 2 hours before the game. So I did that still. Broke it like 2 or 3 hours before the game. Coach Malone gets pissed. Nuggets get pissed at me. Chris, you broke something that coach told you in confidence. And I'm like, no. I had the information before Coach. I was doing that anyways. No, you did that. Coach Malone said you ain't supposed to break news that comes out of this meeting. I'm like, y'all, I didn't get it from the meeting. And TNT had my back because they knew I let them know before we had the meeting.
That's okay.
Yeah, I let them know. So they knew I already had the information. Mm-hmm. Anyways, so I'm supposed to interview Coach Malone at the end of the third quarter. He refused to do the interview.
I would have did you the same way. I would have did you the same way.
He refused to do the interview, man.
Man, get out of my face, Chris. I would have did you the same way. Man.
And they were, again, to his credit, two things to his credit. So they were down going into that fourth quarter. And remember, it was the last, like they lose that game, their season's over. So I don't, he's trying to focus on that quarter. But he definitely didn't do it because he felt some type of way. Lastly, 2 weeks after the season, sent me a text. No, actually he called me, and I didn't see it, but he left a voicemail. Hey, Chris, sorry about how everything went down. I found out, like, what really happened, man.
That's good.
And you cool with me, bro. Don't worry about it. Have a great summer, great off season, blah, blah, blah. And so that's
That's good.
Stand-up dude. Stand-up dude, man.
That's great.
Stand-up dude.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice of him.
He'd have to I
would have never said nothing. I would have let you just be out there. I would have left it.
Yeah, TA, I had it already, TA.
I'd be like, nah, man, you do it too much.
See, all right.
Well, okay, so now, Okay. Then which one has been your best interview? They were like,
Yeah.
I rock today. This is so great for me in my career.
It's probably, it wasn't sideline, but a Kevin Durant interview I did and this, TA, so I had just started my podcast. This is when I was at Yahoo Sports. So this is Kevin Durant's final year in Golden State.
Yeah.
So to start the season, I go to KD. I say, KD, I'm about to start my podcast. I would love for you to be my first guest, please. And he's like, I got you, bro. I got you. I'm like, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I got, KD's unfiltered. Like, he'll say whatever. I'm like, hell yeah. So I tell everybody at Yahoo, they got the crew. Like, it's like this setup. We've got everything, got the cameras. Like, we legit. He was like, they ordered everything. This shit costs. Like, this costs a lot of money. Yeah. And so they put budget into it, and it was going to be done ready, right? And so we finalized the date. We're going to do it like 2 weeks from when KD agreed to do it, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so now we're a week before we're about to do this interview.
Yeah.
A week. Then it happened. And what I mean by it, the Draymond KD incident happened where they got into it during the game. Bleeder playing the Clippers.
Oh,
Draymond,
was it the one that in the bench or something like that?
On the bench. And Draymond told him because Draymond didn't pass it to KD.
Bro, I don't even remember. That shit's just crazy.
Yeah.
And it's not a long time ago.
No, it's not. It's not. But a lot of shit happened, man.
A lot of stuff happened. Yeah.
So Draymond missed KD in the transition anyway. So the game goes to overtime. So they're arguing on the bench. And Draymond tells him, man, we won without you. We'll win without you again. We don't need you. Right. All that stuff, right?
I love Draymond, but that ain't cool.
Yeah, so that happened. So it blew up, right? KD, for that week, didn't talk to anybody. No media. And KD, when he gets in his moods, he gets in his moods. Like, he ain't talking to nobody. So he didn't talk to
do about that.
Nothing you can do about it. So he ain't talking to no media, no nothing. And so now I'm like, fuck, he's supposed to do my pod. Like, we already set up the schedule. I booked the room. You know what I mean? And so I'm not hearing from KD.
Yes.
He's not talking to teammates. He's not talking to media. He's not talking to the management. He's in his mood, right? So I'm like, so now it's like 2 days before we're supposed to do this. And I haven't heard from him. And I think I might even text him here and there. No response. So I'm like, fuck. Yahoo's asking me, hey, Chris, we're still going to do this? Are we still?
You're on hot seat?
Yeah, I'm like, because they paid all this money and everything to fly people. I'm like, so I said, listen. I said, the Warriors are playing. I was living in the Bay Area. I said, the Warriors are playing the Rockets in Houston this weekend. Mm-hmm. And again, it's like 2 days before we're supposed to do that. I said, let me fly out there to try to at least talk to him because I haven't been able to see him in person. So got the okay, flew out to Houston and pregame. So locker room opens, media gets to come in. So KD's sitting at his stall. You know how y'all do. Like, y'all sit at y'all stalls, y'all put y'all earphones on, y'all put y'all head down. That's a sign, a signal, don't fuck with me. Leave me alone. You know what I mean? Like, don't come talking to me like I'm in my zone. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to get to it. I'm not thinking about none of that.
Yeah, I feel you, but you know what I'm saying? Like, don't bother me. This was right before the game. Uh-huh. So KD's like that. He's in his stance, got his headphones on. And so I got to say something. Like, I got to. I know he's zoned in. I got to go say something, though. So I go walk over there, and, he got his head down. I tap him on the shoulder. I'm like, what's up, KD? He looks up. What's up? I can tell he does not want to talk. I don't know how to break it. I don't know how to bring it up. He's focused on the Rockets. But I'm like, KD, I just want to know, are you still going to be able to do my pod in 2 days? Man, get the fuck out of here, man. I got a fucking game to play. Get the fuck out of here. I ain't got time for no pod. Don't come up with this bullshit, man. Get out of here. So he did this in front of everybody right in the locker room. So I'm like,
well, my God. I already know you felt like you wanted to sink.
I know. But I expected it. I expected it.
You were sinking like this.
I was, bro. I was. But I expected it.
Okay.
I understood.
Okay.
And I was just like, you know what? Good to see you too, bro. I hope to see you Monday. And so he, put his earphones back on, went about his business. Didn't talk to him. So I called Yahoo. I'm in Houston. I'm like, yo, I don't know if this is happening. I said, but I said, you hired everybody. You can't get the money back. Let's just stick with it, see if he shows up on Monday. So Monday comes. We got the room. We got all this camera equipment. We got producers, editors all in the room. And I'm there in the room. And it's like an hour before we had scheduled to do it. And again, we were scheduled to do it 2 weeks ago. I ain't talked to him since. I said, let me send one final text. A text he wasn't responding to for a few days now. Say, KD, I'm here at the suite right here, because they practice at the back then, they used to practice in Oakland Marriott. So he got a suite there. I said, I'm in the suite room such and such. If you still are able to come do it, hit me right back. Bro, I'll be there. Give me 10 minutes.
I didn't know you were like,
give me 10 minutes, bro. Bro. So hold on. Listen. So not only did he come through, but remember, he had just gotten to that incident with Draymond. He hadn't spoken on that since the incident.
Oh, he got to speak on it.
So now this was the first time. He gave me an hour and a half. He's talking about that incident. He gave me everything. Like, so it was just gold. Like, and so for there's been times he's turned down interviews, but I don't care. Like, I tell him, I said before, like, bro, him doing that for me, like, he's on my cool side, period, forever, bro. You ain't got to do nothing else for me, man. The way he came through at that time, and me and him we got into it before, cussing each other out and stuff like that, but he's always on my cool side for coming through for me on that.